Hi, my name is Kia Rivers. I have a question for you all. How many of you know the different kinds of birth control? Now, how many of you know the different ways they work? Now, how many of you know that birth control actually has more beneficial factors than just preventing pregnancy? Across the nation, all women of all ages at some point in their lives decide to start taking birth control. Today, I hope to persuade you on the importance of why women should have the opportunity to get birth control over the counter. As stated by Planned Parenthood in 2013, over 100 million women are now taking the pill form of birth control, and these rates continue to rise even today in 2020. It's important to understand why women should have the opportunity to get birth control over the counter without a doctor's prescription. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the history of birth control, how it's beneficial to women and women in need, economic aspects, and what you can do to promote the selling of birth control over the counter. So how did birth control begin? Well, in 1916, Margaret Sanger, along with other scientists, researched the birth control pill, and eventually she became the first woman to open a clinic with birth control, and she also became a predecessor for Planned Parenthood Foundation. Planned Parenthood is an important part of birth control, and in 1960 the FDA approved of the birth control pill, and in 1965 Planned Parenthood took a case to the Supreme Court, Jezreel versus Connecticut, and they won the rights for married couples to be able to have the chance to get birth control if they wanted, because it was previously illegal. The result of that outcome was 1 in every 4 married couples was now getting the birth control from the doctors. Now, what is this magical birth control pill? Well, it consists of 2 hormones found in the woman's body, progesterone and estrogen. You can get a combination pill of both hormones or just one of estrogen. Birth control has very many important side effects, and it's very beneficial factors. Many doctors and researchers have found these beneficial factors, and they include reducing anemia, reducing ectopic pregnancy, and reducing acne. But with every medicine, there are going to be negative side effects, and minor side effects of the pill are headaches, bloating, and nausea. Sometimes rare extreme side effects that do occur are heart attacks, blood clots, and high blood levels, and this can be due to the consumer who is smoking and should not be when they're taking any kind of medicine. Women and men both benefit from the birth control pill, but so do teens. Stated by birthcontrol.procon.org, teen pregnancy has dropped 35% for ages 15 to 19, and this is due to the access that teens now have to get birth control, but with their parents and at the doctor's office. So since birth control can only be prescribed through a doctor's office, it creates many challenges for women who need it, and these challenges can result in rising rates of unplanned pregnancies and abortions. According to a study done in Washington School of Medicine published on medicinewhistle.edu, the possible abortion rates could be reduced to 62% compared to that of 78% if this pill could be sold over the counter. And so now that you have a brief history behind birth control, why should birth control be available over the counter without a doctor's prescription? We've made numerous strides in research in birth control. We've observed numerous data produced in over 5 decades. So now it's easier to get birth control, but in reality, it's really not for women. Under the Affordable Care Act, women who are insured are able to get their birth control for $15 to $20, including their doctor visit. But for women who are uninsured, it can cost them up to $600, according to eastsidegynecology.com. $600 for the year, including doctor visits and medication. And that is a huge money gap. And in a cost modeling study, it was predicted that the sale of over-the-counter birth control could expected reduce the rate of unplanned pregnancies from 7% to 25%, which is a huge, significant change. It's important that we target women who are in need, women who don't have access to birth control, and some of those women may be uninsured women, low-income women who don't have time, homeless women, immigrant women, and even abused women. And the U.S. currently offers a form of emergency contraceptive called Plan B, and you take it 24 to 72 hours after unprotected sexual activity. It is a one-size pill, small pill, a huge dose of birth control in one small pill, and this pill can range from $40 to $60. So how does it make sense that you can buy one birth control pill at an unhealthy dose, but you can't buy a 1-month supply at Walmart the same way? It doesn't make any sense. So now that we've discussed reasons why birth control should be sold over the counter, I will now dive into the economic aspects and the oppositions. Throughout life, people who become mothers and fathers of unplanned pregnancies don't ever think about the economic aspects that it can contribute. Birth control over the counter could lower the U.S. and state debts from $21 billion to $15.5, and this is due to public assistance programs like Medicaid, where taxpayers do fund these programs. In a recent study, 76% of young teens were promoting and wanted the over-the-counter pill. And after hearing all these benefits, why hasn't birth control been passed to sell over the counter? Well, the first reason is because women would miss their annually screenings of health screenings to breast cancer and cervical cancer, and doctors believe that women would just go to the store and get their birth control and wouldn't be getting checked up annually on STDs, STIs, so this would cause those rates to continuously rise up if it did happen. Another reason is because teens are deemed irresponsible, and that would cause unplanned pregnancies and teen rates to rise up as well. The last reason is because doctors deem it dangerous due to no prior health counseling that women would get if buying the box at the store to tell them how to do it, how to take it, side effects, and risks. So by allowing birth control pills to be sold over the counter, it would benefit women across the nation. With the support of many doctors, American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, American Academy of Physicians, and the American Medical Association, they are all together in this movement to promote and get birth control to be sold over the counter. Efforts to implement the change are slowly beginning to happen. It's already happened in 7 states, and these states are Tennessee, Colorado, Oregon, California, New Mexico, Hawaii, and Washington. So what can you do to support this? How can you do it? Vote in local areas, sign petitions, and continue to support the health of women. I hope today you can take the importance of why women should be allowed to have easier access to birth control over the counter. Thank you.